very excited to introduce our conductor of our chamber orchestra. Also runs our prelude strings and basically manages our string department here at camp during session 4. Joined us in 2019, that's right. And she'll talk you through the rest of our chamber orchestra program. Please welcome Beulah Collins.
Thank you. We're going to perform 4 short pieces for you, and I'd like to have the students introduce the works to you. So the first one, Constantine, is going to introduce M to the 3rd power.
M to the 3rd power, which stands for minor meter mix, is an exciting piece filled with lots of notes. My favorite part in this piece is when the violins rest while the cellos and violas have a fast-paced solo. It was composed by Harold Nunez.
by Nina.
It was composed by Gustav Holst. This piece is shorter than the others, but I think it's just as fun. This piece
start the bigger sample. Each piece represents a different astrological sign. Jupiter represents the tree or storm, which is extreme. I hope you
Iscariot and Alma, our harpist, who we've never had a harp in our orchestra before, and we're so happy.
The next piece we're going to play is called The Dance of Iscariot, which means The Dance of the Traitor. It was written by Kurt Moser, a composer who writes a lot of music for string ensembles. It uses interesting techniques such as double stops, where the second violins play on two strings at one time. He also writes a chromatic bass line where the notes are right next to each other.
Lydia, our principal bassist.
Our final song is called Prelude to the Whole Suite, composed by Edvard Grieg. I love this piece because not only is it extremely fun to play on bass, it has rhythm changes that make the piece fun and energetic. It also passes around the melodies to everybody, so everyone gets a moment in the spotlight. Thank you for listening. Here's Prelude to the Holberg Suite.
so cool because I've had a week off from them. I'm telling you, I feel like a schnorrer because for the whole week they had Stephen. And then we had dress rehearsal, so I haven't conducted them since Sunday. So yeah, so that was cool. We haven't actually had a rehearsal since the concert. We had one reading because we had all the dress rehearsals. We had a concert Monday, dress rehearsals, so yeah. So nice job, everybody. Next piece is a little different. This is a very lyrical work. This is a work, part of a larger work by Sir Edward Elgar, one of the great English romanticists. We played this last session as well, so for those of you who were here last session, you get to hear it again with a different orchestra, except for your kid. So it's okay. We picked this because in the first year we did the side-by-side with Steve in 2015, and we tried to do a couple of those pieces because we wanted to kind of bring back that spirit. It was his first time back. He wasn't here last year. And we're trying to bring that spirit back from that first year, so we did the Nimrod variation. The Enigma variations are basically what they are, Enigma. It's like a game, a puzzle, a secret, a mystery. And the idea being that Elgar wrote each movement for a friend, or for a friend's pet. In this case, he wrote this Nimrod movement based on the great hero Nimrod, but it was for a publisher friend of his, a very big publisher of literary works, not even a music publisher, of literary works, and who was a very, very dear and cherished friend of his. And this is the Nimrod variation from Sir Edward Elgar's Enigma variations, is the Nimrod. And now for something completely different. You know, side-by-side Pops concert, you have to do Broadway music, but you also do film scores. You have to do lighter music, but some of these film scores, they stand the test of time, and this film is more than a decade old at this point, but this arrangement is actually used by symphony orchestras as well as high schools and community groups. It's from one of the Disney franchises. This is the first, I think this is the first installment, Pirates of the Caribbean, the first installment. Fun story about this, that Hans Zimmer writes a lot of that stuff, the Jerry Bruckheimer films. He writes almost all of that stuff. Fun fact, Hans Zimmer was like, I need a break. Jerry, I need to take a break. So he assigned someone else from his team to do the score. Well, they get to the scoring session, and the director is just not happy at all. It was bad. And so basically what happened was Hans Zimmer came in and ghosted the rest of the film. Not a lot of people know this, but he basically ghosted the film. So the music, even though it has a different name on it, it's all Hans Zimmer. When you listen to it, you go, okay, yeah, that's totally Hans Zimmer. And anybody who's seen any of those Jerry Bruckheimer films and knows that that's the way he writes, it's total Hans Zimmer. And that's just a nerd little story for you all. You know, none of you really care about that, but I enjoy it. I love Section 4 audiences. And our last selection is a dance party by the way of a French composer, Camille Saint-Saëns. It comes from an opera, Samson and Delilah. We all know the story. And this is the Bacchanal. I explained to our campers that a Bacchanal is just like a really awesome party. Lots of fruit punch, iced tea, club soda. We all know the great story. So this ballet happens in Saint-Saëns' opera in Act 3, and this is the moment where basically it's time to get everybody so full of sugar that they're so tired that Samson's in the perfect place to lose his power, which is his hair. And then he can have like a little Sweeney Todd moment, okay? But that's what this entire ballet sequence is all about. This is very famous for youth orchestras to play this piece. It has great moments for the entire orchestra, including some solos that you'll hear. Like I said, this has been a joy, and I decided to play conductor for this concert as opposed to just producer, and I sat outside with the orchestra before so we could sing through some of the stuff together, and we lined up ready to go on because for a lot of the people behind me, these are young people that I've watched grow either here at camp or in New York City because even though I now live in Pittsburgh, I still get to, I'm so lucky that I get to work with the New York Pops as one of their senior educational people, and I still run Kids on Stage. So some of these young people I've known since they're in the 6th grade. And watching them develop and grow is just a tremendous honor. And to work with this amazing staff that have inspired me this summer is equally an honor. It's been, I can't begin to tell you what a great vibe this music program was this summer. So we're excited about playing this last piece for you. And if you're a string parent and you don't have to go to dance, because there's not that many of them in the dance concert, stick around for the concert band. You are not going to regret it. I can tell you that. They have a fun program for you. Okay? This is the Bacchanal from Samson and Delilah. Ganesh.
So, our next work is, well, they're all great pieces, but this is a really interesting piece by Erica Savon, and it's entitled Mary Shelley Meets Frankenstein. Mary Shelley is the author of Frankenstein. A couple of words what the composer writes about her piece. Mary Shelley Meets Frankenstein, a modern Promethean tango, imagines a scenario where the young author meets her own creation, the monster brought to life, whom we refer to as Frankenstein. She says, knowledge is knowing that Frankenstein is not the monster. Wisdom is knowing that the monster is Frankenstein. I imagine if Mary Shelley were to actually meet her monster as the creature's creator, she would be quite conflicted. In the novel, the monster is sympathetic and creates human connection. As his creator, she is responsible for teaching the creature what it means to be human. Mary, the author-creator, is depicted initially by the clarinet. Who is our concertmaster today? Carolyn Castro, give her some love. And she represents the creator. And by the way, it happens to be her primary instrument, clarinet. So. And the creature, as she refers to him, is represented by the Barry sax. Can you show them what the Barry sax is? Can you stand up? Barry sax. And the player this morning is Eli Wonder. Give him some love as well. And this is her version of them meeting. You're going to notice at some point it's almost like a tango. And they're almost, you can envision them doing this kind of thing. And at the very end, we don't know how she feels about him. The chord is ambiguous, if you will. You'll see what I mean. Also, one other thing. For this performance, I talk too much sometimes and I apologize, but for this performance, I am using a special baton made by the gentleman, they right there, who created the baton for me for this performance. Ellie, can you stand up again? And then special baton. Check this out. Isn't that awesome? And I'm going to premiere the piece with this baton here, right here. So, thank you. I love you. You're an amazing artist. So here, Mary Shelley meets Frankenstein. I'm a hot mess. I don't know what I'm doing. Pick that up. cool? Yeah. Tango, the way she did that, she's brilliant, right? The next work by Omar Thomas, Mother of a Revolution, about the uprising, if you will, the Stonewall in 1969 New York City, and honor of Miss Johnson, trans woman, who was one of the important people who played a role in the Stonewall uprising, if you will. Woo! So here is the Mother of the Revolution. Yeah. I love the enthusiasm. Just waiting for everyone to get ready. All right, now we're ready to go. final work, well, portion of the concert. We have a rip-roaring march. Henry Fillmore, to start this march, we call these screamers. It's a screamer. And it's called Rolling Thunder, and it features the trombone. Something is rolling, but it wasn't a trombone this time. Roll on, fellow artists. Can we close that curtain and close the door for me, please? I would love if someone did that for me. Mazel tov. Curtains, please. Curtains! All right. Can we close the door, please? Oh, no. Almost there. Hey, mazel tov. Give a round of applause. All right, here we go, folks, artists.
David, how fast you go?
Okay. Good luck. Close the door, please. Thank you.
Stay, it's going to be awesome.
I love you.
We have a 15-minute before we switch over to our friends and our guests. Thank you all very much. Enjoy the rest of your summer.
Hi guys, thank you for coming. We're going to be playing a couple pieces. We've got Out West and then Snake Charmer. But just before we start playing, can I just say a massive well done to the 3 campers that we have in this ensemble. They've been working so hard for the past 3 weeks to get this ready. And they've just done absolutely fabulous. And to Lucia and Janet, who none of this could be possible without. So just thank you.
few words to say.
Hello, I am Eric Escobar, and I am going to be playing Solomon Creek by Bruce Pearson on the trombone. And Oliver Cohen will be playing the piano.
Okay, we're ready. We are performing a small play called Aunt Rhody's Diet. There's we're all musicians here, are also characters in the play. I'm the narrator. This is Mary, as in Mary Had a Little Lamb. This is Aunt Rhody. Over there is Pierre, the French pastry chef. And we have the little lamb, Mary's little lamb. And we have Heinrich, the hypnotist. So please, wait, after we play and speak, please hold your applause to the very end. Thank you. Once upon a time, there was a nice lady who loved animals. She lived on a farm. Everyone knew her affectionately as Aunt Rhody. Ready, go. Yes, indeed, Aunt Rhody was a nice lady, but she had one problem. At times, she couldn't control her appetite. Once, she even tried to cook the old yellow goose for her holiday dinner. It was fortunate that she came to her senses in time because Aunt Rhody was a kind person who loved animals with all her heart. Her favorite farm animal was a little lamb who belonged to a girl named Mary. French Pastry Chef.
Hello, Aunt Rhody. Hello, Mary. Hello, little lamb. I have some wonderful news. I just learned that I won a gold trophy for making the best hot cross buns in the whole wide world. My picture will be on the cover of Pastries Illustrated.
We're all so proud of you. I have a fantastic idea about how we can celebrate Pierre's Gold Trophy and do something good for stray farm animals at the same time. Let's have a hot cross buns eating contest. If someone wants to enter, all they have to do is adopt one animal.
This idea, wonderful. Let us begin quickly.
So Aunt Rhody made some posters, and before she knew it, hundreds of people entered the contest. After all, who could resist the best hot cross buns in the whole wide world? After hearing how many people had entered, Pierre howled.
Soccer blue. Out to make 1,000 hot cross buns. It will take all the night.
That night, Aunt Rhody walked over to Pierre's house. It was a beautiful evening. The stars seemed to be twinkling as brightly as diamonds. But there was one problem. Aunt Rhody didn't know it. She was sleepwalking. The day of the contest arrived, but when Pierre went to his kitchen to get the hot cross buns, they were all gone.
Where are the hot cross buns? Where are the hot cross buns?
Just then, some loud noises were heard in the distance. It sounded like the footsteps of a huge beast. But it wasn't a beast at all. It was an enormous Aunt Rhody. Overnight, when she had been sleepwalking, she went into Pierre's kitchen and ate all 1,000 of his delicious hot cross buns. She got so full that she turned into Aunt Rhodosaurus. a friend who lived in the next town. His name was Heinrich the Hypnotist. They decided to take Aunt Rhodosaurus there to get hypnotized out of sleepwalking and eating too many hot cross buns. Finally, they arrived. They knocked on the door. When Heinrich the Hypnotist answered the door, Aunt Rhodosaurus couldn't fit through the doorway, so he had to come outside. He was holding a gold watch on a chain. He got up on the ladder and swayed the gold watch before Aunt Rhodosaurus's eyes, back and forth, back and forth.
You are getting sleepy. Very, very sleepy. When you hear the Westminster chimes playing on my watch, you will wake up, and you will never sleepwalk or eat too many hot cross buns ever again. Wake up!
I feel just wonderful. I'm so refreshed. But I am a little hungry. Would someone mind preparing a nice wedge of lettuce with a teaspoon of cottage cheese for me?
Hooray!
By the time she returned home, Aunt Rhody was her former self again. Her friends were all at the farm to meet her. Aunt Rhody was happy to see them and all the animals they had adopted.
Let's all celebrate!
So everyone joined hands, laughed, and danced to Pierre's Peppy Polka.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Paul Korn. This is the French Woods Jazz Band. So great to be here with you again this year. Fantastic group of young people, and as you may notice, all campers, they're really fantastic. And it's about a triple size big band, but they're doing a lot of great work. We have students from all ranges, people who study jazz for years, 4, 5, 6 years. Some people who've just been studying jazz for 12 days or so. But it's great, and they're really doing a fantastic job. And we always stress the importance, or I always stress anyway, the importance of being able to swing and phrase together and play Count Basie. and it all starts with Basie for us. So we're going to start out with one from the Basie songbook. This one's entitled It's Oh So Nice. And just a reminder, if you're taking pictures or video, just make sure your flash is off, because although they're not dancing or anything, when they look up to see and the flash is in their eye, it's sometimes confusing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Robbie on the piano. Joelle on the drums. And Jared on the trombone. Next up, we're going to play an original composition of mine. I wrote this one for great Arturo Farrell. Grammy Award winner, leader of the Afro-Latin Jazz Orchestra, son of Chico O'Farrell, which if you don't know him by name, you probably know some of his music because you couldn't really avoid it. He wrote for Machito, played in Machitos, and the Machito Orchestra. Chico O'Farrell was part of that. So Arturo has continued that legacy and is a great composer, musician, teacher, human, supporter of all arts. He works with my students at home every year, and I wrote this from a couple of years ago. So this is aptly named Arte Oro, which would mean golden art, but it's really just Arturo. This one will feature Zach on the piano. So we also have a jazz improv class that we do all session, or most of the session, and these guys are, Michelle Richards? These guys are part of it. We worked a lot on the blues, we worked on the blues form, we worked on the blues and exactly what the blues is and the importance of it and the root of all modern day music coming from the blues. The blues is what? A feeling. That's right. Not a set of notes that you read on the internet. Blues, in fact, is an aesthetic. It's a feeling. And this one is a blues written by the great Sonny Clark. It's entitled Cool Strut. 1, 2, 1, 2. that Alexandra, CJ, Joelle, Ellie, Caroline, Gavin, Olivia, Jamie, Max, Owen. And Michelle. We're going to turn back now to Count Basie. This one is entitled Kansas City Shout. One, two, This one is from the great Charles Mingus. Mingus was many things. And if you know about Mingus, you know why I'm laughing. Some of them really great, some of them not as much. But a brilliant musician, brilliant artist, and someone who was more than outspoken about how we should all have equal freedoms and opportunities, and he was not shy about that. The quickest little Mingus little thing, even when he was, I forget if he was 19-ish, he got hired to play with Ellington, which is no better gig in the world. It was 1950-ish, and you got to get hired to play with Duke Ellington, and they were getting ready to do a tour of the South, and Mingus was known to be outspoken against the no shortage of atrocities going on in our country. And Ellington was like, look, I'm with you, but you can't be that way. We're in the South, and if you're going to be that way, you're going to have to beg out on the gig. And Mingus said, thank you, Duke, and he went his own way, and history went on from there. But I'm telling you that because imagine the whole, the whole collective situation that they were dealing with, and Mingus and Duke, they understood each other, but they decided to take a different approach about it. Duke would get criticized for playing in places that would not let them enter through the front door. And Duke's answer to that was, I'm going to show the world the value of our music and our intellect and our being. That was his vision. And Mingus, he had a different vision. I'm not going. And, both respected each other. And I tell you that little bit about Mingus and just a little insight to him, because this next tune is entitled Freedom, and originally written for his small group, where Mingus wrote the poem that you're going to hear spoken by Law, our lead alto player, and then you're going to hear the band sing a little bit, and we're doing it just like they did it from the record. Eventually, they redid this in a big band arrangement on the Epitaph record, and this is the arrangement from the record. So this is Freedom by Charles Mingus. I should say, I put a lot on these young people, because we didn't just do this because it's a fun song, which it is. It is a fun song, but I put it to them. We are, no matter where we're from, and we're all from different places here, we're pretty spoiled compared to about 95% of the rest of the world. So I thought it was important for us to take a moment to appreciate and I put a lot on them for this, and I'm just really proud of them, because when you're 12 and someone's talking about the importance of freedom for everyone, you're like, what do you mean? So this is particularly special, and I'm proud of all the work they did, and very thankful to the counselors who helped them out, because there were counselors working with them through the 3 weeks, but this is a little extra special, so thank you to you all for putting yourself in.
Sort of way, this mule could be working and waiting and learning and planning for a sacred kind of day. A day where burning sticks and crosses is not mere child's play, but a madman in his most incandescent bloom, whose loveless soul is imperfection in its most lustrous fruit. Stand fast, young mules. Soothe in contemplation thy burning hold of aching thigh. Your stubbornness is of the living, your cruel anxiety about to die.
Freedom Thank you.